Hey, welcome back to Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons for episode 15. My name is David Ashbaugh, your Dungeon Master, and of course joined, as always, by our three fearless adventurers, Darren Worts, the Aasimar Wizard, level 4, David Beaton, the Tiefling Bard, level 4, and Alex Kerrigan, the Half-Elf Fighter, level 4 as well. And last episode, episode 14, was a bit of a goofy one. A little bit.
A little bit,
yeah.
It's only going to get goofier because if I remember correctly, we are in a stoner-populated village, and I am going to be joining in. Toot sweet.
Exactly, yeah. This is going to be some Alice in Wonderland visionary stuff real quick, I think.
Alex in Wonderland.
Oh, there it is.
Good night, everybody. That's episode 15.
Yeah.
Hey, so I wanted to save this for before we got into it. Actually, you know what? I'll wait for this for now. But yeah, last episode, obviously, you guys got acquainted with your home base. You had a mysterious visitor. Ooh, you met the big bad evil guy, of course. The guy who brought you here in the first place, who explained that he needed your stones to basically conquer this realm to give himself unfathomable magical power. And then he left. Then Chuck showed up. Then Amelia, Fred, Chester, and Fleetwood showed up. Fred offered to fly you guys to where you needed to go to start the Darrenious Wartinius story arc of this campaign. You flew to Fort Thorns and landed just outside. You encountered a goblin on the side of the road who offered to paint stuff for you. He took your equipment into his caravan, repainted stuff, and this is what I wanted to have in this dude dialogue as a bit of a reaction. Alex, can you go into your inventory? Do you have your inventory open?
Yes, I think I do, yeah.
Notice anything different?
Did you put your armlet of arachnid in there?
I don't think I did, no.
Cool. Yeah, don't forget about that.
How's that gun of yours looking, Alex?
Musket? Oh, that gun is looking pretty sweet. It's got a nice and sick new paint job on it.
What does it say? We should also mention we have a Patreon as well, so.
Oh, yeah. We have a Patreon, and believe it or not, subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Who we love very much.
Absolutely.
How's
Obviously,
that
we love
going,
people
Alex?
that subscribe more.
Musket +1, ranged weapon.
Oh, sorry, what was
green.
that?
It's green.
+1.
+1.
Almost
No longer a +3.
Almost as if goblins shouldn't be trusted.
Oh, that son of a bitch nerfed my gun.
Oh.
That's how you did it. That's how you did it. Yeah, I gave my gun over, and he
hang on.
broke that shit.
I inspect my loot.
No, Alex, I will say Alex was the only one. He liked the gun.
Was that the entire reason you planted that NPC there to paint our shit, was so that you could get your hands on Alex's gun?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, man, that's dirty.
You gotta respect that, okay? Like, look, I'm still upset, and I will be, but you gotta respect that.
Well, it's funny, too, because I haven't yet given you guys reasons to not trust NPCs. So, and I did start strategically with both Darren and David in case you guys had rolled for, like, is this guy legit? And if he was legit for you two. And that's why Alex was last, because I wanted him to trust him.
So, table talk, if God is ever upset about one of the items he gives us, and suddenly a magical NPC is like, can I take a look at that? Don't give it to him.
I mean, I feel like I should have
just doing a custom paint job.
Like I should have been prepared for that, like going into it after a few episodes after the Christmas. Like, wow, that gun is suspiciously strong. I wonder if there's anything we can do about that. Yeah,
can't escape the nerfs even in D&D. Incredible.
Yep.
If you're just like are coming into this one, I asked
bullshit.
that goblin to paint a word onto my gun. That's what messed this thing up.
No. It's a completely different gun. He took a shittier gun out of his caravan and painted it, and gave it back to you.
Okay, so where?
Oh, that's even worse.
So where are we? Where are we in the world?
Yeah, looks like we just found Alex's Grim.
Oh yeah, that goblin's long gone. Anyways,
We'll find him.
yeah.
We'll fucking find him. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll track him.
Anyways,
Side
let's
quest.
get to some dude dialogue. We were talking a bit earlier about this topic, which kind of inspires this question for dude dialogue. And that question is, what has been your best theater experience, movie theater experience in your life? So let's start off with Alex.
Best movie theater experience. Well, I mean, look, it depends on what direction we want to take this question here, but I will go in a very wholesome and very wholesome direction. When I was younger, we had a place down in Birch Bay. I can't remember. One of my parents had the place. We went down there. It was a drive-through or a drive-in theater, kind of like the old Twilight out here in Langley. And that is my first experience at a drive-in movie theater was the Iron Giant. And I had... I literally went into that movie blind. I had no idea what I was getting into. I think the second feature was like Fast and Furious, but I just did not care. First time I ever went to a one of those big old drive-ins. Just hanging out with my brother. Pete McEwen is his name. It's the guy who went us there. Pete's dad as well.
Nice.
Very, very nice experience there, which is, again, a much more wholesome experience, but first drive-in.
Yeah, especially going to the drive-in. That could have went a little getting busy of a story.
All right, well then let's go to Darren. Darren, give us your best theater experience.
Well, I won't share my drive-in theater one because it's not exactly child-friendly. But,
Yeah, because the rest of this show is.
Probably would be, so I was 12 years old, and the Matt Stone, Trey Parker movie, Basketball, was in theater.
Great movie.
And I went down to the theater. I was 12. The movie was 14A. And the lady wouldn't let me buy a ticket because I lied saying I thought it would be smarter not to say I was 14 because maybe she wouldn't believe that. But I said that I was 13 and I was turning 14 next weekend. And I was just like, she's like, come on, just let me in to see the movie. She's like, well, I'll come back next weekend then. I'm just like, little am I thinking, when you're 14, you don't have a fucking ID, so there's no way she can prove it one way or another. So I got all huffy and I called my uncle. And I get my uncle. I'm just like, can you just take me to this movie? It's fine. Like, my parents wouldn't care. I just really want to see it. It's the guys from South Park. It's supposed to be really funny. So we go there, and he lets me in. We go and we sit down, and we're probably anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes into the movie. And he, like, looks over me, and he's like, are you sure that your parents are okay with you watching this movie? And I'm like, oh, yeah, it'd be fine. And then there's that scene where they're talking to the girl, and every time they turn, they're like 8-foot dicks fly across the screen. And keep like hitting walls and knocking people out and shit. And my uncle, like, it was around that point, was just like, I don't feel like you're supposed to be watching this. I'm like, well, we're too deep now, and if you like snitch on me, you're going to be in just as much trouble as I am.
Got to commit.
And it was incredible. That was my favorite theater movie. Basketball was so fucking funny, especially when you're 12.
Yep. Oh yeah, such a great movie. All right, David.
Probably gonna have to say I was, I guess, probably around 10 years old and went to the first Lord of the Rings movie, and that blew my mind. It was like a crazy theater experience for me.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Never seen anything like that.
That actually leads perfectly into mine because, David, I was going to tell you the story of when, I first saw the Fellowship of the Ring. My dad was a huge Tolkien fan, had all the books before the movies came out, of course. And so my dad, on the Thursday that Fellowship of the Ring debuted, came to White Rock Elementary, where I was at the time, told my teacher I had a dentist appointment and I would be gone for the rest of the day, pulled me out of school at 11 in the morning, and we went to the Langley Colossus for the 12:30 showing. It was one of the Canadian premieres, actually, of Fellowship of the Ring, and it was so cool. And yeah, David, absolutely blew my mind. I was like, especially that opening scene with the battle on the hills of Mount Doom with the elves and the orcs.
100%.
And then all of a sudden you just see
sold
Sauron
instantly.
wrecking shit, and it was just like, my like 11-year-old brain was like, oh my god.
It's crazy that, like, when that movie came out, I think we can all agree, we had, aside from like Star Wars in the 70s, no one had ever seen such a spectacle on screen. And now it's like every other movie is just trying to be that. I'm curious what the next Like, is it the Avatar movies? What's the next spectacle where when you sit down, you're like, I have never seen cinema done like this before?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're just plateaued now.
Yeah, I put the original Jurassic Park on that list too. That blew people's minds with the realistic.
I ran out of the 1994, the Paramount Theater in Kelowna. I saw that movie in theaters, and when the goat leg landed on top of the Jeep, I sprinted out of the theater. Yeah. Scared the fucking shit out of me.
I think the last event piece like that in terms of like movie theaters was definitely Avengers Endgame, with all of the work that had kind of led up into what Endgame was culminating into.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it was a big like theater moment. That was the last time I remember seeing montages of like theater reacts to Captain America picks up Mjolnir.
So yeah, we ended with you guys were in the bar and then were approached by a small humanoid frog who told you his name was Friar Farnsworth. He was dressed in the typical friar attire with the brown robes and the belt, the rope belt.
For attire, so to speak.
And he led you out of the salon or the saloon, and that is where we find ourselves now, and you guys follow him through the town and up into the church. And as you enter the church, the doors close behind you, and he turns to look at all four of you. Chuck is still there. Don't worry, haven't forgot about you, Chuck. And he turns to you and he's like, look, I said, my name is Friar Farnsworth. I am the religious leader of this town, on both sides. I am also a Mithrandian. I believe you've already met my compatriot Uton Crouton.
Yes.
Now, gentlemen, I'm sure that you have seen this town is split literally in two.
Yes, tell us more about that.
Well, this town is plagued by bitterness and jealousy, a feud that extends into the far reaches of history, far beyond my time. But the ones who know of the prophecy, like myself, have been holding out hope for your arrival, gentlemen. We need you to fix this feud and put an end to hundreds of years of squabbling and fighting. On one side of the river, you have the Worts, the side you find yourself on now. This family are expert farmers who grow the finest and most potent pipeweed in the land. The other side is the Graffs, whose ale makes all other brews look like swine piss. Darrenious, your ancestor, was the one who taught these people their talents. But that was long ago. The knowledge slowly passed from generation to generation, and each family became experts in their respective crafts. However, some time ago there was a falling out. It's hard to say what it was. It was so long ago that no one can actually tell you what caused the divide, but the two families agreed that the river would be the border, and no one was to cross it. Since then, the only interaction that two families have had is during the Harvest Festival. The Harvest Festival happens just once a year. The two towns dam the river for one day and allow themselves to trade pipeweed, ale, and other products. Darrenious, I know the prophecy. I know what it is you seek, and I am the only one who knows where lies the harvest mark. That stone originally gave this town its ability to grow the best products such as wheat, barley, hops, and pipeweed. It is also the only thing that is keeping alive each family's ability to grow their product, which is why it has sealed itself into an impenetrable tomb. I believe the tomb will only open itself once the town is reunited, and peace and harmony is restored. And once the two sides come together, I believe they will be able to survive without the magical assistance of the harvest mark.
Montagues and Capulets situation we have here, gentlemen.
Should we just kill the other side?
Should we just kill everyone in both towns? So they've forgotten the reason for their quarrel. But are there any historians or elders, perhaps, that could lend us a little bit more information as to when things went awry?
Well, I would be the most learned of the people in the town that could tell you this, but like I said, it happened so long ago that there's lots of speculation and rumors. Some speculate that it was a bit of romance between two of the family's higher-ranking individuals who had a bitter end to a relationship. Some speculate that one of the families stole a secret recipe for either the pipeweed or the ale. There are plenty of stories and rumors as to why this feud began, but the origin of its inception is completely unknown.
So they do not know why they're at odds with each other, they just know that they are.
Exactly.
Does each village, so you are the elder for both villages, but is there a town mayor, an individual who speaks for the entirety of each town, or are you more the mediator?
Well, neither town knows that I travel between the two towns. There is a secret tunnel under this church, and so I am the religious leader on both sides because neither side interacts all that much, so I can do it without much problem. But each town, of course, has a head of the family. Wysella Worts is the head of this side of the city.
And for the Graff side?
Jonathan Graff.
Jonathan Graff.
It's actually quite fitting that a religious leader has managed to pull off a ruse where he is the leader of both sides of towns on the side where one is constantly stoned and the other one is constantly drinking.
Yes, that's right. Keeping their motivations low, so to speak.
Yes, it hasn't been difficult.
Aside from our word on who our parentage is and what our names are, is there any way to tell a Graff from a Worts?
No. There's plenty of different races and on either side of the river. So as long as you don't tell people your last name, then they have no reason to suspect you, I would think. And they get travelers on either side of the town, and travelers are welcome to come and go as they please.
Friar Frog, when is this festival?
Well, you boys are in luck. The Harvest Festival is in less than a week's time, so I believe that would be a good time to try and reunite the families, but I think you're going to have to gain the trust of the townsfolk, and you and your friends must prove yourself to the brewers and the farmers. Show them, perhaps, that you're willing to learn the ways of their trade.
I do have some brewing
I look
supplies.
over at Divad and I go, do you think the festival needs a musical guest?
Every festival needs a musical.
That would certainly liven things up, yes.
I believe we know someone that we may be able to ask.
Oh, well, wonderful. But I would suggest, seeing as how you're already on the side of this river, perhaps you should talk to Wysella to, I've heard she has a request for aid from gentlemen such as yourself.
I was hoping there would be a way that we could gain audience with Wysella. Do we just go rap-a-tap-tap on the door, or would you give us an entrance, perhaps?
Yes, I shall lead you to her. And
wonderful.
So he takes you back outside the church, kind of down the hill back into town, and you see you'd passed it on the way up, but you didn't really, pay it much mind. The first house, basically, back on the way into town from the church is a nicer-looking house than the rest of the ones you see. It's, 2 stories. It's got big arched windows up top. It's nicely painted in all manner of different green paints. And
Bob Marley bead curtains hanging from the door.
For sure.
And he knocks on...
Buffalo Soldier!
And he knocks on the door, and the door opens, and in front of you stands what you assume is Wysella Worts. She's a human female who is very large and gruff-looking, hard from all of her years working in the fields, and she looks at him and says, "Farnsworth, who are you? Who are your friends?" And Friar Farnsworth says,
I step in front of Friar Farnsworth, and I throw my cape to the side, and I stand legendarily staring over her and say, "My name is Darrenious Wortinius."
"Well, that's quite the noble name, lad. What are you doing here?"
I expected more from that.
Yeah. I step in front of Darrenious and I go, "Ma'am, what is your name?"
"Wysella Worts. Who are you?"
You can call me Mr. Wysella Worts."
I nudge Darren. I'm like, I think he's going to try to bang your great-great-great-great-great-grandma.
Yes, I have a feeling the same way. I will not call you father, Sir Alex.
Oh, no, sir. You will call me daddy.
And
Granddaddy.
Alex, she just kind of pushes you out of the way. A lot easier than you think it should be for her to push you out of the way. Like, she's strong. She just shoves you out of the way, and she's like, "Darrenious, I need help with something. I have a problem, and you gentlemen look like you're fit and ready to fight. Would that be an accurate assessment?"
I can help solve your problem.
Yes, we solve quite a few problems professionally.
Wonderful. Well, just outside of town is our fields of the wheat or pipeweed that we grow. And, well, we've been having some issues with some sort of monster terrorizing the fields, and a couple of the townsfolk have gone missing. Something is stealing the crop noticeably enough to have an impact on our harvest this year. And so I need you boys to track down and find whatever this monster is that's been stealing our crops.
Well, anything for you, my dear.
I would love to, but in regards of payment, I have an idea. And I look back at Divad, and I say, our friend here carries a bag of holding, which can carry an insurmountable amount of any object. And if we are to pull this off for you, aside from any other things that we might be in search of, we would like to be paid in product so that we may peddle your wares across these forgotten realms to bring us both a bounty of gold and silver.
You want to be a drug
We're
dealer.
very, very interested in peddling wares.
Yes, I look at David. Essentially, I want to become weed dealers in this.
I'm just
so every
leaning in
time
a
we're in a
dark
new
corner.
town, we can try and sell some weed for some money.
All right. She looks at you and she says, well, that seems like a fair deal, gentlemen.
Wonderful.
We can give you a sizable amount. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
About
Then
400
the payment
pounds.
Yes, 400 pounds of product would be essential.
200 and you have a deal.
400 pounds.
Yes, half now, half upon completion.
The creation.
Creation, yes.
No, you'll get the 200 when
Sorry.
you finish the mission.
All right, I see you. Then to the fields we go, I suppose.
Well, I suggest you boys get started in the morning. The sun is going down. You don't want to be out there at night tracking down this
I should
monster, and so perhaps you should stay in the inn.
Aside from it just being a monster, are there any... We fought this water elemental on a pirate ship. It's a long story. It didn't go well. But basically, if we would have known some things about that monster beforehand, we could have possibly prepared ourselves more properly for the encounter. Do you have any information of the type of monster or a bestiary of sorts?
The only thing I can tell you is that people who have seen this monster say that it seems to be able to blend and almost blend into its surroundings, or not. Some people say it disappears, but that's just a load of hooey, I tell you. But it seems to be very elusive and can blend in without being seen, it seems.
Table talk to God. I'm the Darren, I am the Darren now, so I would know the things the Darren now knows in the game.
Well, no, we established at the start that D&D didn't exist in the world that we're in.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
Never mind.
Obviously, higher fantasy and creatures and beasts of folklore still exist. So,
I've read of many a monster that disappears, but this seemingly rings towards possibly a displacer piece of sorts. Perhaps.
but like I mentioned, gentlemen, perhaps you should post up at the inn and get started tomorrow morning.
I agree.
And so Friar Farnsworth looks at you and he's like, yes, gentlemen, maybe you should head to the inn, talk to Miriam. She will set you up with a couple of rooms, and you guys can have a nice, easy night's sleep. And I do recommend, perhaps having a few drinks to relax before we really get started with the work that needs to be done in this town.
What kind of drinks would you recommend?
Well, the pipeweed can be refined into a quite tasty soda. And so I would recommend you give that a try if you're up for it.
Do the Graffs know of your proficiency with turning your pipe herb into soda?
Well, yes, we both families are well aware of the other's capabilities. Like I said at the Harvest Festival, they trade, mix and match, and they can sell their wares to the other side. And most people try to buy a year's supply until the next Harvest Festival, and so there is quite a decent supply of both ale and weed on either side of the river.
Boys, tuck that one away for later. It's something that's going to come in quite handy, I believe. Like these people don't understand how much they have in common.
That's true. At the end of the day, they really are just the exact same people with the same goals.
Yes. Well, one matter at a time, I suppose, though.
And Darren, as you say that they are the exact same people, you turn around after Wisela has closed the door, and you look across the river, and you notice that there is an almost identical house to Wisela's standing across the river, except this one is painted kind of in amber tones rather than in green tones.
It's almost as if they are a mirror image of one another.
Yeah, it's almost as if the DM didn't want to have to design two separate tents.
We're going to go talk to whoever the leader of the other town is, and they're going to have the exact same quest, but just...
No.
Well, I suppose we head down to the inn, get a little fucked up, and then prepare for the morning.
Perfect. So you head to the inn, and you see Miriam behind the bar, and she sees you come in, and she's like, "Oh, my dearies, you're back. Can I get you some rooms?"
Yes.
Some rooms, some shots, and some more weed, please.
Well,
Yep.
she's like, "Okay, well, we could do the package deal. So the rooms and drink and smoke for the evening would be 2 gold each, please."
Cheap night
All
out.
these prices. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. Economy here rules.
And so she hands over a couple of keys that obviously you assume are for some rooms upstairs. And as you turn from the bar, you see a table of just people having fun, and they wave you over, and they're like, "Please come join us, newcomers. Come, tell us your tale."
The only tale I'm curious to hear is one called The Tale of Rock. And I look over at Divad.
I pull out a chair, I spin it around, prop my leg up on it, and then I say, "Does anyone have any requests?"
Nobody?
Nobody?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the song Cherry Pie by Worts?
Well, I'm going to play a song I just wrote just now. It's called "Crushed by 1,000 Limes."
Roll me a performance, David.
Ooh, not the best. That's only a 9.
So you pull out the chair,
Can I
and
give him advantage if I help him with thaumaturgy?
Actually, I'm just going to use my inspiration because I'm not happy with that performance.
all right, roll it again.
Crushed by 1,000 limes.
There it is.
13.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's better, and everybody's just like kind of like bobbing along. It's it's a decent performance, and then you finish up the tune. Everybody kind of goes, cheers, and then you see a couple of the guys sitting at the table with you, and one of the guys is like, "I don't think you're gonna get them to do that." And the other guy's like, "Okay, watch this," and he turns to you and looks at all three of you. He's like, "Hey guys, why don't you go try and cross the river?"
I look at him and go, like, why would we do that?
It's just a ritual that, newcomers and stuff. It's just a ritual we do.
I would like to investigate if he's fucking with us or not.
All right, roll me an insight check.
18.
Well, you can tell he definitely wants you to try and cross the river, but you think there's a nefarious purpose as to why.
I would like to try to intimidate him to go first.
Okay, what do you say?
I say nothing. I just stare into his eyes, and I hold my guitar above my head like I'm ready to swing it down.
Okay, make me an intimidation check.
The silent threat.
It's a 12.
He looks at you, he's like, what are you doing?
Nothing. And I just turn around and sadly strum my guitar.
He's like, come on, man, just try and cross the river.
What's in it for us? What's in it for us if we try?
If you cross the river, I'll give you 10 gold.
All right, shoes off. And I frolic my way down to the river.
Okay, and so as you do, basically the whole bar empties out and follows you down to watch you try and cross the river. Alex and
Never a good sign.
Alex and David follow in tow, and you find yourself at the edge of the river. The guy's like, go on, do it, see what happens.
Go do it.
I am just going to
Do it naked.
Yeah, okay, David. I am going to doing like a big hands over my head and then throwing my hands down. Magically, just all of my clothes are going to come off with that scene of Bruce Almighty.
Yes.
And I'm just going to be ass naked, moonlight butt in the wind, and my wings are going to open, and I'm going to fly, attempting to fly to the center of above the water and hover there.
Okay, so you just fly and hover there, and he looks at you, he's like, that's cheating. You have to walk in the water.
All right, fly back to the shore. I'm just going to dip my toe in the water.
You dip your toe in the water?
Yeah.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 17.
17, okay, that's not bad. So as you dip your toe in the water, you hear a splash, and a giant fish jumps out of the water and attempts to smack you in the face as you put your toe in, but you're able to just dodge out of it at the last second. And the guy's like, put your other foot in.
Now, why in the fuck would I do that?
Okay,
sir?
so I want to see
I want to get involved with this one. I am going to come up to that person who dared Darrenious to put his toe in the river. I'm going to put my gun right at his face. Okay. And I'm just going to go, what's in the river?
He looks at you kind of drunkenly. He's like, that gun looks like it used to be better. Am I right?
Gun.
Just kill him.
He's like, okay, that's fine. It's something funny. Okay, the river is protected by a magical barrier, and funny things always happen when people try to cross it.
I do not lower my gun.
Yeah, I'm 3/4 dressed at this point, and just like yelling from the legs, like, well, that's not a very nice trick. That was a fucking large fish. What happens if I would have rolled a 2 on my dexterity saving throw?
You could have got slapped in the face by a big-ass fish.
Is it only fish that attack you, or are the different watery creatures that come out?
I'm not going to tell you that. You can find out by putting your foot in the river again.
I am going to, now I'm fully dressed, and I am going to walk over to that man and attempt to push him into the water.
Okay, make me a strength check, and he's going to roll opposed strength.
Okay.
Whoa.
1. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm so happy right now.
Ah, fuck. Hey.
Okay, so he's like super drunk, and so he kind of like stumbles over with you while you've got like your hand on his shoulder, pulling him that way. And as you go to throw him in, your foot slips on a wet rock, and you fall face first into the river. And then Alex and David, you see like Darren get absolutely like gang stomped by a pack of large fish that just jump out of the water and start slapping all over, bouncing on top of them. And Darren, you are going...
A bunch of Magikarps just all like splashing on him.
And Darren, you're going
to
take 3 points of damage.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I pull myself out. Just spitting like water and choke. I just stand up and say,
and everybody that had followed...
Where are we? And I just...
Everybody that followed you out from the bar is just laughing their ass off right now.
Yeah. I, as if nothing whatsoever happened, just confidently walk back into the bar, and I don't eye contact a single person on my way back in.
All right, well, after you did that, the guy that originally dared you to do that comes back with a couple of pints. He's like, I'm proud of you, man. That was really funny. Here you go. Oh. It's all good, my friend.
All is forgiven. I am a fan of a big prank, but apparently I enjoy them more when they are not on me, it would appear.
Okay, so you guys enjoy your evening. You make good friends with a lot of people in the bar. Everybody seems rather friendly, and the evening goes on. You eventually make your way upstairs into your rooms. Excuse me, and Darren, that 3 damage you took doesn't really matter because now you guys take a long rest.
Nice.
And morning comes, and you can start on your mission that was given to you by Wysella.
Well, I guess we know which way the field is that we're going to?
Yeah, she told you it was basically like the opposite direction of the river, just a little bit outside of town, and there's hard to miss. There's huge, large fields with, pipeweed growing all over.
Oh, boys. Should we go on our morning adventure
I suppose it's time.
I have still about 3 potions. I feel like I'm ready to go murder a beast.
My crossbow of eternal winter is just like begging to be used.
We're all a little
I just stroke my gun and go, look what they did to my boy. Look what they did to my boy. They massacred my boy.
All right, so you guys make your way to the fields of pipeweed, and you're not really sure where to start. So everybody roll me an investigation check.
Investigation.
25. 7.
2.
Okay, so Darren, oh God, Alex.
We're getting the ones out of the way early, guys.
And so, Darren, you suspect that if there was some sort of monster coming into this field, attacking the peasants, stealing the crops, that it wouldn't be coming from the town, it would be coming from the forest on the other side of the fields. And I will say
I think if there's a monster, it's coming from the forest and not the fields.
And I will say with your 25, you do see some kind of like footprints and drag marks heading into the forest.
My Witcher senses are picking up a griffin. Let's head. Let's follow the tracks, boys.
Everybody make me a survival check.
Survival.
12. 4.
Guys, I just
Another
I got
one?
a +3, but I rolled a nat 1.
Another one?
Yep.
Jesus.
Alex turns around and he's like, well, boys, there seems to be 4 sets of footprints leading right to us.
Well, boys, there seems to be 4 sets of footprints, and they're reading right towards us.
Oh, my God.
And so, Darren, you can see with your 12 that this there are drag marks and kind of like broken bushes leading deeper into the forest, and the forest gets kind of like darker and creepier as you go in, and the drag mark leads to a small, what looks like cave in the wall of a cliff.
Investigate the cave entrance and anything that could like hurt us, or I doubt the beast would set traps, but just kind of anything in that vein.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
Let's do it. That's an 18.
You don't see any traps or anything that might cause you harm, but you do see that there seems to be like bones scattered about inside the cave.
Human or animal?
You can't really tell.
Okay, all right. So it's a carnivore, whatever it is. Assuming the drag marks. Do I see blood, like on the drag marks or anything like that?
You didn't see any blood on the drag marks, but there is some blood kind of splattered on the floor inside the cave.
Yes, I guess I relay that info back to the guys and just kind of, what do you think we should be doing here?
I think we just go in and murder.
I like it.
So you guys would like to go into the cave, find this monster?
I think so.
Okay. As you enter the cave, Darren, I want you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Well, hi, is it me with the dex saves? 19, but it's fine.
Okay, so as you guys enter the cave, we'll say Alex and David, you guys go in first, and then you hear kind of a ruckus behind you as something drops from the ceiling. Darren definitely dodges out of the way. Darren stands up, and both Alex and David, you turn around, and you see 2 Darrens.
Whoa.
Everybody roll me initiative.
Oh, sorry in advance, Darren. I might have to kill you.
We all knew this day would come.
I got a 16. I'm
12.
finally paying attention.
I got an 8.
Perfect, and... Okay, so, David, you are top of the initiative order. Like I said, in front of you stands 2 identical-looking Darrens.
And are they doing like the same movements, or are they 2 separate entities moving separately?
They're 2 separate entities.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like say out loud, mushrooms are stupid and you should never do them. Neither one of them saying anything back?
That's up to Darren.
They both just go, ha!
That doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, in a way that like they clearly disagree.
Okay, well.
Yeah, like that.
Meeny, miny, mo. One on the left, I'm taking a crossbow to.
Wait. I have an idea, but I don't know if this is going to jump in front of the initiative.
What is your idea?
I just want to reference the fact that Darrenious should have the ring of flightless falling. And I'm not positive his doppelganger would have that one. So
I see where this is going.
Some kind of... Right? Yeah, are you picking up what I'm laying down there?
I'm picking it up. We throw them both off something high.
Yes.
Okay, but David...
But wait, they both
David,
have
you
wings.
wanted to shoot the one on the left.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I'm shooting the one on
Okay,
the
so
left.
the doppelganger adopts basically Darren's stat sheet. So, Darren, what is your AC?
My shield's equipped right now, so 15.
15. So roll me an attack roll. Are you using the winter bow?
Crossbow of Eternal Winter.
Jesus, doesn't even hesitate to possibly murder his friend he's known for 15 years.
You got Advil. I don't know if he's got Advil, so we'll be fine either way. And let me loose. That's a good fail.
Oh my God.
Fuck you, David. Fuck you, David.
So, David...
That's my
terrible.
guy. The left-hand guy is screaming that as this happens.
So, David, seeing as how this is the first time you're using the bow, you're clearly not used to it. You pull the bowstring way too hard and the bowstring snaps, so you're going to have to repair it outside of combat.
I start playing the crossbow like it was a guitar instead.
And now we will go to one of the Darrens' turn.
Okay, so
that's
having seen the David just attempted to crack a shot at me, because this is all happening in the span of like a fraction of a second, right? The door closed, we rolled, there's two me's now, and David just, without hesitation, shoots at one of them.
But you know which one's the bad one because it's not you. So why would you attack me?
Just the zero hesitation to possibly take a shot at somebody is quite interesting. So I see that happen, and I'm just like, "Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck is this thing beside me? Why were you suddenly trying to take a shot at me? Man, what is going on here?" I look at the side and I point and I go, "What the fuck is this thing, though? What is happening?" And that's its turn.
Okay, so Alex, you're up next.
I'm just standing there with my mouth open at this point, and I just look. I look at one. I look at one Darrenious, then I look over the other. Then I look over at one Darrenious, then the other, and I look right at the camera, and I hit it with an "Oh my!" And
it's Seinfeld bass.
Okay, so what the hell am I gonna do here? So we have two Darreniouses. They're both kind of freaking out. Divad tried to shoot the one on the left.
Horribly failed.
Yeah.
Horribly
we don't
failed
have to
at
mention
it.
that, though.
Yeah. So can I do an investigation check on one of them?
Which one?
Let's go with the one on the right, because the one on the left is pretty occupied right now.
Okay, make me an investigation roll.
Okay, let's see what happens here. And that is not great. It is a 6.
Hey, look, it's Darren, but twice.
Boys, I appear to be seeing more than one Darren here. What else can I do? Perception, history. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to pose a question to both Darreniouses, like, which one is the real Darrenious? And I'm going to invite one of them to answer. Yeah.
Which one are you inviting to answer?
Both of them.
Just we're talking over each other.
Fuck this guy. I'm the fucking real Darrenious.
The right choice.
Traveling together
I don't know what
for
that
months
thing
is, but I don't trust it.
I knew it.
Well, I'm quickly running out of ideas, my friend. Okay. See, I don't want to just shoot somebody. I want to try and like figure this one out.
You love shooting people.
I do love shooting people.
It's your favorite thing to do.
Who's all with us? It's me, Divad, two Darreniouses.
Chuck's kicking around.
I'm gonna look at Chuck and be like, Chuck, what's going on here?
Chuck has his bow drawn, and he's just like, what the fuck is going on? And he's just like pointing his bow back and forth between the two Darrens, just as confused as the rest of you.
Chuck's no help either. Okay, well, look, I guess, we'll get one Darrenious on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll get the other Darrenious on Tuesday, Thursday. You boys can have every other weekend.
Weekend daddy.
But for now, I suppose we just bring both of them along and let's just get going.
Is that your turn, Alex?
Yeah, that's why I really have no idea what to do with this turn, so I'm just gonna, shrug and I'll call it.
Okay, well then it is the other Darren's turn.
He's still kind of pointing at the other one. He's just like, no, it's the right. The right idea is that one of us, the obvious doppelganger over there, we need to kill, but firing blindly maybe not the right idea. Perhaps questions or something that maybe only I, obviously the real Darrenious, would know. But I still think David has the right idea in fucking killing that thing. Because I'm clearly Darrenious. And that's its turn.
Okay, and then we'll go back to the top of the order. So, David, it's back to you.
So I take out my loot of lightning strike. No, just kidding. I'm going to pull out my dart of domination that I've been holding on for a while.
Cool, okay.
And I'm going to use my loot and pull the dart on the strings on it, kind of like a crossbow, and shoot it at the one on the left.
The one on the left? This is the dart of domination.
So you must succeed a Constitution saving throw of 13.
Yeah, so Darren, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Best 9.
I gain complete control over that target. You roll a Constitution saving throw every turn to try and dispel the effect. The player controlling the target can choose to release control of the target and inflict 4d6 necrotic damage. And you must obey every command given to me. So I'm going to tell the one that's under my control to tell me the truth on if he's the real one or not.
Yes, of course I'm the real one. I can't believe that you would even question it.
Okay. So I don't think I can attack now. So I want to kill the other one, but I guess I'll have to wait till my other turn.
Oh, David,
I guess
you need to roll me some damage for that dart. By the way, it's a 1d4 plus 2.
Okay. That'll be a 6
plus 2.
Oh my.
And now we will go to one of the
that?
Darren's turns.
Is it the one that got hit with that fucking
Dart, yeah.
damage? So that necrotic explodes on me. I just go, oh! What did I just fucking say? And I throw magic missiles at him.
David?
Yep.
You're under my command, though. You can try to dispel it, though, on your turn.
It's the beginning of my turn, right? I have to do the con check. Oh, 9 again?
Yeah, so you're still under the command of David. So I don't think you'd be able to attack him even if you wanted to.
Would me trying to attack him not even happen? Will that action not even happen? Or does David have control over me attacking?
David would have complete control over you, basically. So he would tell you to... David, what would you want Darren to do on this turn?
I want you to shoot yourself. No, just kidding. You can shoot the other Darren.
Okay, so I do that and I say that same thing to him and I go to throw the magic missile at him, but then as I'm trying to shoot it, his mind magic makes me turn and I loose the 3 magic missiles on me, but the one on the right.
Okay, so roll me some damage.
What?
That's 3d4s.
My brain hurts.
Is there a plus on him or is it just 3d4s? I can't remember. Other Darren takes 12 damage.
And how does the other Darren react?
Both of these doppelgangers have the exact same builds.
Yeah, they basically adopt the character sheet of the person they turn into.
As a reaction, that other me is going to cast Shield. An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects them until the start of my turn. An extra +5 bonus to AC. Against the triggering attack, I take no damage from magic missile.
Oh, shit. So you take no damage.
Yeah, I wave my hand up after that happens, and just a blue orb appears around me, and the magic missiles hit and shatter like crystals against it.
All right, and now it.
And then as I put it down, I say the same thing. I just go, "What the fuck are you listening to that thing for?"
Because he told the truth. He's got the dart of domination.
You think that weird doppelganger crazy magic can't be manipulated by that?
Well, it's too late now. We're killing.
And so we'll go now to Alex.
Okay, so I have 2 ideas here. The first one simply involves letting these 2 Darrenious fight it out. Like Godzilla and King Kong. We let the kings of the monsters fight each other, and whoever wins is the new Darrenious, and we bring him along. That is idea number 1. That kind of absolves us of any combat. The second idea that I have is I'm still bound to this ball of holding that Darrenious is holding. And I feel that the real Darrenious may be able to call me back inside of it. Divad, I'm going to offer the Darreniuses to call me back into this ball of holding. Kill the other one.
You got it. I'm ready.
Let's see.
I'm waiting to kill a Darren.
No.
I just need to know.
I've been waiting for this for 20 years. Remember that time you made me drink those coconuts?
He owes me so much money for smokes.
Now, Divad, unless you have any better ideas, I'm assuming if that doesn't work, we just let these 2 fight.
All right, you want to put some money on it?
Yeah, I'll put 5 gold up.
All right, 5 gold. Which one are you picking?
Time to bet.
Okay, I shake Divad's hand.
Chuck looks at you, he's like, "Oh, boys, can I get in on that action, eh?"
Yes, Chuck, of course. Yes. What?
Okay,
what
I'll put 5 gold on the left one.
5 gold on the left. Okay.
The dart says that the left one's real, so I'm gonna just play devil's advocate and hope that the one on the right wins. Put 5 gold on him.
All right, boys. Here goes nothing. And I'm gonna walk towards both the Darreniuses. And I'm going to, look at both of them kind of shadily. Then I'm going to go, which one of you has the ball of holding?
Orb of creature containment.
Which one of you has the orb of creature containment?
Both reach into their satchels and pull out identical-looking balls.
Okay, so I kind of stand there with like my arms out as if like waiting to like embrace some kind of hug, and I'm like, you know what to do.
So both of them, almost like at the exact same time, start to raise their Pokeballs up. And they, what do I speak? Is there an incantation, or do I say like I choose you kind of thing?
Yeah, basically you can say whatever you want.
Oh, okay. So both at the exact same time, they start to go, Sir Alex of Kerrigan, I choose you. And right before they say it, right-handed Darren attempts to stab left-handed Darren.
There it is. Roll me an attack roll, Darren, against your AC.
Okay. Critical fail.
A 1.
Okay, so how do you fail at stabbing yourself?
Doppelganger Darren goes to stab me, but because he fucks up so badly, real me kind of telegraphs. I know what I'm thinking, right? So real me telegraphs that happening, and I would like to re-divert the stab into himself.
Okay, cool. Make me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand? Okay. 17.
All right, yeah, so we'll say you're able to do that, and then roll some damage.
He just takes 1 piercing damage.
Okay, so as the blade sinks into the gut of other you, the visage, the illusion fades, and there's no longer two Darrens standing in front of you, but the real Darren and what looks like a tall, gray, bald, hairless creature in front of you. Almost looks like a do you guys know what a Wendigo is?
Yeah.
Kind of spindly humanoid with scale, with gray, shiny skin, and as the blade pierces him, he just kind of screeches in pain. And now you guys know who is who.
Hey, that worked.
Right.
Well, sorry I shot at you, Darren.
Yeah, we'll discuss this later.
It was so funny, David, because as soon as, I told Darren over Messenger that the real him was on the left, and no joke, 10 seconds later, you're like, all right, I'll shoot the one on the left.
Yeah, it is like, I'll just send my most powerful attack at the one on the left, I think. That's about right, yeah.
Well,
yeah, just, I wish you would have killed fake me, or real me. And then fake me would continue on the journey in disguise.
I was ready to let that happen.
Yeah, I know you were. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are back to the top of the order, and David, just because it's more fun, we'll say you've had time to repair your crossbow.
yes.
And so, David,
Can I say my Lute of Lightning Strike is like one of those crazy guitars that's got 9 strings on it? I'm gonna take one of the strings off of it to repair.
Okay. I like that.
Crossbow of Eternal Winter.
Absolutely. And
so now it's got a little piece of my guitar in it.
Yeah, we are back at the top of the initiative, and you guys have a fairly beefy enemy standing next to Darrenious.
Okay. Oh, so that's my turn then?
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to once again try to use the crossbow of Eternal Winter.
Yep.
And shoot the one on the right. Well, I guess the ugly looking one, the more ugly looking one.
Hey, now.
Hey.
All right, roll me an attack.
But how close are you still to it, Darren? You guys are within arm's reach of each other, right?
Yeah, I think we're just standing next to each other.
Yeah, well, you probably get hit with this too, but
I'm used to it.
That's all right. Yeah, because I didn't realize this the first time. I didn't read it all the way through. But after I shoot it, hit or miss, the shard explodes, doing damage.
Cool.
So, yeah, letting loose. That's a 6. This fucking crossbow sucks.
Yeah.
So you take the shot and it just whizzes. Well, let's say it impacts the ground in front of this doppelganger and it explodes. And Darren, you need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw of 13.
This dex saving throw is going to be the death of me. Never mind, I got it. 16.
Okay, the doppelganger fails. He got a crit 1, actually. So, David, roll me 2d6 damage, please.
2d6. All right, let's see here. 6, 2 of them. Roll. That'll be a healthy 9.
Okay, so the doppelganger takes 9 damage, and Darren, you take 4 damage.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
Fine. David, is there anything else you want to do?
It says I can release control on my target with this dart anytime. But in doing so, it looks like it does 4d6 necrotic damage. So
Oh my
I'm kind of
God.
hesitant about it now. Now that I know that you're the real one. So I'll just let that one stick in you for a little bit. Don't remove it until you're ready for the pain.
Yeah, it'll literally kill me with my 16 remaining hit.
Yeah,
So yeah.
Darren's gotten a little beaten up so far.
Yeah, you think the rough road Darrenious.
So now it is Darren's turn.
I think I want to cast Ray of Sickness.
Ooh, what is that?
Ray of sickening greenish energy lashes out towards a creature in range. Make a spell attack. If hits, it makes 2d8 poison damage. And must make a Constitution saving throw. Failed save. It is also poisoned until the end of the turn. And I'm going to cast it at 2nd level, so I can get a 3rd d8 if it hits. I need to roll my attack for it. Come on, baby. That's 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so you take 3d8 damage, which is going to be 14 damage. And now roll a Constitution saving throw.
Of?
14.
Ooh, critical success.
God damn it. One or the other with this guy. So you're not poisoned. You just took the damage. And then I'm going to... Does he get a attack of fucking opportunity if I move away?
Yeah, well, because you basically grabbed his arm and stabbed himself, so you're right next to him.
Okay. So that was the 2nd level spell slot. Ticked it off. And it's going to look... If shield is a action-reaction, can I hold that? Can I hold a reaction?
Well, I mean, it's a reaction. You can just use it to react whenever you would like.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's my turn.
Perfect. Well, then it is the doppelganger's turn. And Darren, it did not like the fact that you made it stab itself, so it is going to basically just try and punch you in the face. And it rolls... Right. Fuck you, it rolls a 10.
Yeah.
I just fucking raise my shield and like Hulk punching Captain America. He just hits right in the middle.
Perfect, and that pisses him off, so he's going to swing with his other hand now.
Oh, no.
And he rolls a 22 to hit.
And that's going to hit, yeah.
Yeah, and so you block his first blow, but you don't see the left hand uppercut coming, and he cracks you right under the jaw and does 7 damage.
Oh!
Ouch.
I'm hurting, boys. I'm hurting. Yeah.
Just whatever you do, make sure you don't pull out that needle yet.
Yeah, whatever you do, keep that needle in.
And then it is Alex's turn.
Ooh, okay. I take out my gun.
Yep.
I take out my gun. I'm just going to shoot the doppelganger right in the face.
All right, roll me an attack.
Okay. And this is a called shot, by the way, because I am shooting directly into the face.
Okay, then roll me an attack at disadvantage.
One attack at disadvantage. This is the right one, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to start there. That is a 25.
With a 25.
Start. And that is a 17.
And a 17 will hit, so roll me some gun damage. Gun damage.
Blow his head off.
16.
Oh my god, you have a 1d12 plus 4 and you rolled a 12.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop the musket, David.
And here you thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then we're back to the top of the order to David.
Okay. Darren, do you want me to pull out that needle yet?
No, God, leave it in. Just spit and blow on the floor.
I am going to... I'm going to cast a healing word on Darren.
Nice.
All right, roll me some healing.
That'll be 6.
I'll take it. I will take it.
I will do a bardic inspiration on you as well.
Ooh, all right. These apologies, keep them coming.
I'm just buttering you up because I'm gonna want that dart back.
Yeah, and butter me up just to murder me when that comes out.
I guess that's it. Can't really do much else. That's my bonus action and my action. So yep, here we go.
Perfect. And then we will go to Darren.
So I'm right in front of him. Okay, and what is that? Okay. I am going to try and hit it with my quarterstaff of Mary Jane to charm it.
Okay. You need a nat 20 to charm it, though.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to...
You are inspired.
I am inspired, but that won't... The nat 20 is a big order.
I mean, you could still do damage with it.
Yeah, but if I
Just
fuck up with
smacking
it,
him.
doesn't it try and eat me?
No, that's only once it's charmed, and then once the charm breaks, it tries to eat you.
Oh, okay, I get it. Now, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to cast on myself protection from good and evil, because that guy hits hard.
What is protection from good and evil?
Protection from good and evil. Until the spell ends, I am protected against certain types of damage from creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. And it grants me benefits. I can't be charmed, frightened, possessed. I get advantage on saving throws. Oh, no, it just gives creatures of those types disadvantage against me.
Okay, well, I will say this. The doppelganger is none of those. It's a monstrosity.
Well, wasted that spell, boys.
Well, I'm saying that so you don't do that.
Oh, okay. Sick. Well, then just because that guy hit me hard, then I'm going to cast my mage armor on myself.
Okay.
Give myself another 2, I believe, a +2. So that puts my AC...
That's 17.
Oh, it goes up by its dexterity modifier, so I get +3, so it's going to go up to 18.
Damn. Anything else you can do?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect. It is the doppelganger's turn, and Darren, well, it's going to try and punch you in the face once again.
That's what I figured was coming.
And it rolls a 17.
Oh, thank God.
That was a good call.
Don't worry, though. It's got a second attack. And it rolls a 20. Not natural.
What the fuck? With these. Oh, hang on now. I'm going to cast my reaction shield, which ups my AC by a +5.
Well, fuck you.
Damn.
Okay, so now just for this turn, your AC is 23, which means the 20 doesn't hit. So how do you dodge these 2 attacks?
So the first one, again, he goes, and I do the same shield, I kind of brush it away, and as I do that, like as the shield opens itself up, all I see is his other fist coming directly at my nose, and I quickly hit that shield react, and he just hits the shield and like cracks it, but doesn't break it.
Nice, I like that. And then we will go to Alex, Sir Alex of Kerrigan.
Taking out my gun. I'm taking out my gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
And I am not going to call my shot. I'm just going to shoot the doppelganger. Yep.
Roll me an
Do it.
attack.
Oh, no. Okay, so thank God I have the +9, so I have a 13.
That does not hit.
Does not. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure I have a bonus action that allows me to attack again.
Well, you could do action
Yes.
surge. You don't have 2 attacks yet.
Okay,
as
yeah.
a fighter.
I am going to go with my...
But yeah, you could use action.
I'm going to go with my
surge.
action surge. I'm going to take out my gun. And I'm going to shoot the doppelganger again.
All right, roll me another attack.
And this one is going to be a 19.
That does hit. Roll me some damage.
And
308 damage.
14.
And so as Alex takes this shot for his second attack, it pierces straight through the heart of the doppelganger, who falls down.
Got
dead.
him.
Yeah,
Got
nice,
him.
Alex. I walk over to it and grab it by the neck and just start punching it in the face.
Fuck you, you stupid, weird fucking thing.
So I walk up to Darren, I pat you on the shoulder,
Oh, no.
and I say, "You're gonna want to have some Advil ready."
And I just say, what?
And I pull out my Dart of Domination.
Okay, roll me 4d6.
I have 15 health, I would just like to say. So let's see what this does.
11.
Hey, all
There's
right.
2 1s in there, so I give you a little kiss on the cheek.
So it explodes out and just fucking me's you. Ah! And I just fall over to the side while I'm mid-punching this stupid thing and start, like, twitching on the ground like I've just been tased.
Oh, that was fun.
I have 4 health. So
yes.
If you could lay those hands on me some more, David, I would be very appreciative.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you a good little healing touch this time.
Oh, yes, touch me heals.
Roll me some healing.
Touching you. Only 6 again.
I'm back in double digits. I'm hurt, but doing fine.
And so as Darren gets back to his feet and is feeling a little bit more spry, a little bit more spring in his step, what are you guys going to do to, like, prove that you've killed the monster?
Cut off his fucking head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, the head on top of his shoulders.
And his dick. Why not?
Who's going to do the cutting?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, so Alex is about halfway through cutting the doppelganger's head off when you hear some slight footsteps coming from the mouth of the cave, and you all turn to see what looks like a very miniature doppelganger, and it looks at you cutting off the head, and it just goes, "Dad?"
Magic missile at the child.
Okay, roll me some damage.
5 damage.
Okay, so the child falls down dead.
Yep.
I gave it 4 health. I wasn't expecting you to kill it.
Well, am I wrong, boys? Am I wrong?
Do we cut off his head too?
I think that's the only thing we can do is cut off both heads to prove we've done it.
All right.
Or do we shamefully bury the wee one?
No.
Yeah. Now the pregnant wife comes out from the corner.
Okay, well, find out what happens next time on Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons.
On that note.
What an ending!
Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons is David Beaton, the Tiefling Bard, Alex Kerrigan, the Half-Elf Fighter, myself, Darren Worts, the Aasimar Wizard, and our Dungeon Master, David Ashbaugh. We're an independent podcast that relies on you, the listener, to spread the word. If you enjoyed listening, please give us a follow on Instagram, YouTube, Threads, and TikTok at Dungeons, Dudes, Dragons, or contact the show directly by emailing us at dungeonsdudesdragons@gmail.com. But more importantly, tell your friends, your coworkers, even your pets to give us a listen. If you'd like to be featured as an NPC, or if you have homebrew items that you'd like to see featured in the show, tag us at Dungeons, Dudes, Dragons on social media. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Dungeons, Dudes, and Dragons.